Peace and great morning, kings and queens. It's another motivation, money-making Monday. Yo, it's another motivation, money-making Monday interview session right here. But this is bigger than just an interview. I feel like this is a long time coming. I was been supposed to have this king on the Motivation Money Making Monday platform so that we can build. But, you know, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So just in the frame that this king is in right now, it makes it perfect. You know what I'm saying? He's been an entrepreneur. But now he has moved from just being, let me rephrase that, not just being, but being the premier 518 local world DJ that he's in, know what I'm saying?
See the world.
You know what I mean? And now, know what I'm saying, he done moved and transcended to the next level of owning his own club. So now it's perfect timing for this, man. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Craig Earle, aka TGIF. Know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that intro, man.
You know.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great, King, man. Listen, man, let's jump right in and get right into this candid conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And talk about like, yo, who is the real Craig Earle, aka TGIF?
All right, so the real Craig Earle is I'm just a kid from South Pearl Street. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kid from Mount Hope Projects. And I'm a kid that was, you know, fed into and invested in by my community, my city, my family. And everybody just told me to go after my stuff, so I went after it, and I'm the product of that. Well, that's who I am at my core, you know what I'm saying? So all of like my, you know, business acumen, all of my accomplishments, it's really just what happens when you invest in a little kid in the hood.
Yeah. Yo, that's so dope, man, and that just speaks to so many different aspects of what we get or the results that we get from our youth when they're poured into and you plant those seeds in them and they actually listen.
100%.
I think the listening part is a major factor, though, because so many go astray, you know what I'm saying, and take their bumps and bruises and maybe don't catch the jewels that's been embedded within them to later on, or in some cases too late, you know. But that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of people throughout my entire life has been like, yo, you're smart, don't waste it. Yo, you're talented, don't waste it. Like, you're going to be somebody. And so it was really me living up to, you know, the things that people told me my whole life. And it was like, all right, so I got to figure out what it is that I want to do, what it is that I'm good at, and how I can, you know, live up to this thing that everybody's telling me that I am.
All right. Yeah, that's powerful, man. People were seeing things in you that you didn't even see in
I had no
yourself
idea
at the
yet.
time. Yeah. So what led you down the path to being a DJ, man?
The movie Juice. It's always going to come back to that.
Oh, that's fine.
So, yeah, when I saw it, like, Q, I wanted to be Q.
Yeah.
Wanted to be the DJ. I wanted to be the dude, like, I didn't want to get into the mess that he got into.
Right.
But, like, I just, like, funny enough, watching the movie, I wanted to do that. Then when I became the DJ, I learned that, man, what you see in the movie, those aren't the sounds that those hand movements make. So you learn how fake, like, the movie. I was like, that's not those cuts. I can do those cuts now because I've, you know, learned and grown as a DJ, but that was just movie magic with what he was doing with his hands.
Yeah. Nah, that's fire, man. Yo, definitely Juice is one of my all-time favorite movies, man. This nigga scared. And yo,
they say you local.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. But yo, I think one of the jewels that you just tapped into, or that a lot of people need to understand about that movie and your desire to be like Q, was the fact that he had that occupation, or he had that hobby that turned into a career. But at the same time, if he didn't have those goals, everybody that was around him, including himself, would have been led in the wrong direction.
For sure.
Man, so it was really the point of that movie, one of the strong points that might oftentimes get looked over is the fact that it was that DJ and that saved his life.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
And that's the same for me.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, there's so many things that like, there's so many rooms that you get in. Like, there's rooms that I'm in that I shouldn't have ever been in, or DJs aren't usually privy to, or just like people from where I'm from aren't usually privy to. There's no like, the mayor knows me by first name. Like, I can call her, she can call me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? There's millionaires that I've met, you know what I'm saying? And like, just because I play music, because I'm good at playing music. And so there's like, DJing has saved my life on a number of occasions, you know what I'm saying? It saved my lives, my family's lives, all that.
Nah, that's fire. That's fire. Yo, tell me, is it one particular moment or DJing or session or party that you DJ'd at that actually just cemented for you the fact that you wanted to do this for the rest of your life?
The first one.
The first one?
The first one made me feel like I wanted to do it for life, but like, it wasn't until, what is it, Hype Fest of 2018, 19, where it was just like, yo, I did it. Like, I looked out into a room full of 2,500 people that are there to see me. Like, it's not Lil Wayne or Kendrick Lamar or Drake or whoever. It's not like that. It's not any of these other names on the bill. The big name on the bill is my name.
Wow.
Yeah. You looked out and you see 2,500 people coming to see you. That I was like, I made it. I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's powerful, man. That's big, man. So the first one, and then what really brought it home for you was Hype Fest 2018.
Yeah.
Now, you were saying how music and DJing save your life.
For sure.
But music and your DJing possibly saved a lot of lives moving forward. If you fast forward that 2018 to 2020, when we was going through COVID, you know what I mean? Many people, they needed an outlet. They needed something to actually keep their lives going. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that they remain motivated and make sure that they had some levels of normalcy.
Right.
And you started doing the DJing, the Wind Down Wednesdays.
Yes, sir.
That's where it originally originated.
No.
No?
So Wind Down Wednesday was an event that I already was doing. I used to do it at the Troy Kitchen prior to 2020.
Yes.
So then when COVID happened and we all in the house and nobody could go nowhere, and then DJs did immediately start going online.
Yes.
And I did too, like on Friday, Saturday nights or whatever, but that in the same hours of the club.
Yeah.
So they was getting on at 10 at night, going till 2 in the morning, and I was just like, nah, I gotta do something that works with me, because like, I'm not DJing in the clubs on Saturday and Sundays, like right now at least, or Fridays and Saturdays. So there's no reason for me to be staying up this late. I'm going to sleep. Right. But Wind Down Wednesday was from 7 to 11 when I used to do it.
Yes.
And so I was like, yo, it's Wednesday. The market isn't as saturated.
Right.
7 to 9 is is while you're winding down for real. So not only is it wine, you drinking wine, but you're also winding down.
Yes.
You chilling, you vibing. But Wind Down Wednesday, 7 to 9. If y'all want me to stay on later, tip me.
Right.
And literally every week I was staying on till 11.
Right.
And so it blossomed. It definitely, you know, that was my job during the pandemic, because I wasn't getting the STEMI. I wasn't getting the STEMI.
Right.
I'm a DJ, like, you know what I'm saying?
The entrepreneurs had to just
I mean,
figure it out.
I didn't fill out, what was the other joint? The PPP loan. I didn't get that either.
Well, in hindsight, that probably was the best thing.
I should have got that. You know what I mean? But no, so yeah, I didn't. That was my job. Wind Down Wednesday, thankfully, the generosity of people at that time, like that's how I paid my bills, was that Wind Down Wednesday every week on Facebook.
Yes. And then that matured into the actual
so like location. The way it blew up on Facebook, like it was so crazy that once indoor dining like started reopening and stuff, like I already had it. It was like, let's go. We gonna do it in the restaurants first. So we did it at the Renaissance Hotel at first. You know, we did a little partnership with you.
Yeah, man.
You had some spirits. Yeah, you had some spirits. Yes,
Say, wait, whatever's going down, I want
I want. He was like, yo, I got these wines, the sparkly bottles. It's like,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it just blossomed into that,
Yes.
and then once it opened up,
Yes.
we moved it to Lark Hall, and now we're at the Fuse Box.
Yes. Now we at the fuse box. It's motivation money making Monday, but
Yes, sir.
it would be not wise of me to just talk about Wednesday and not talk about the fuse box. You know what I'm saying? Let's touch on that, man. Now that you have moved into actually having your own club and everything like that, what's up with the fuse box, man? How has
Oh,
that
man.
transition been for you?
Oh, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so for me as a DJ and as a promoter, like I've been instrumental in running a section of nightlife. Like my parties employ people, my parties generate revenue.
Yes.
And now being in the position that I'm in at the Fuse Box, I see the whole other side of it,
Right.
which it's what I've been doing the whole time.
Right.
It's just a lot. It's a little more detail oriented as far as the other side of the business.
Yes.
But yeah, this is just the next phase. And so I went from being just a DJ, and it was like now I figure out the promotion of it,
Right.
throwing the parties myself. So it went from promoters hiring me to me just throwing the parties and me hiring other DJs, and then like it was me working out relationships with these club owners, bar owners, venue owners, and stuff like that, to me becoming the bar owner, the venue owner, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, one of the greatest things that I applaud you for, and I definitely take my hat off to you for, is just the level of creativity with the events that you have been throwing. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't you make everybody feel welcome in that space. You know what I'm saying? And you open up the space to everybody.
Yes, sir.
From the number of different parties that you had, you don't open it up to the LBGTQ community.
Yes,
You don't
sir.
open it up to the breakers, every aspect of hip hop, whether you dancing, whether you know you do graffiti, but you're not allowed to do graffiti inside the spot. Of course not.
not anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But every aspect of hip hop, from poetry, you know what I'm saying, to the grown and sexy, everybody.
I hate that. Let me. I hate the term "grown and sexy." I hate it.
That's why.
Just because I've been to quite a few grown and sexy events that have not been either grown or sexy.
Right.
So it is like the blanket statement for like, it's how do we make it look cool? You know what I'm saying? That's what we did with 30 plus. It was just
Yes.
like, how do we make it look cool? You know what I'm saying? To say we don't want anybody under 30 to be here,
Right.
without calling it grown and sexy,
Right.
without calling it vintage, without calling it aunties and uncles and
Right.
stuff like that.
Mature.
Mature.
Yeah.
You know, but how do we make that look cool?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what 30 plus was about. Is just about, you know, I'm 30.
Right.
I'm in my 30s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drake's in his 30s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm playing the Isley Brothers tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just about making that look cool and feel cool, and then ended up working out like really amazingly.
Yeah, like what I would say is the most is that you just create different vibes. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what the audience is for that particular event that you're putting together, you know, it's all about the vibes. You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
creating that vibes and making sure that that audience is tended to in the right way. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that to keep them coming back again and again and again. And you have succeeded with that. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you,
And
thank you.
creating those vibes. So, you know, I applaud that. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing.
It's
in that
about just
regard.
it's just knowing what works, and that's not just knowing what works for you. It's knowing what works for the consumer,
Right.
and it's just like about recognizing like, this is cool, this is dope, this is something I can market, this is something that can spark creativity in me, because like it goes when I go.
Right.
Like, you know, like if you don't have passion behind it or creativity or energy behind it, nobody else feels it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else
Yeah.
believes in it. And then you're just stuck trying to push a product that you don't believe in yourself.
Right.
And so when I get these sparks of inspiration, it's like, how do we market 30 plus? How do we market gay shit, which is the name of the LGBTQ event? What up, Pete? Oh, man in the back. But it's how do we market those things to, like, it's like when you have a club, because when I had a party, I just focused on that one party.
Right.
When you have a club, you got a whole calendar you got to kind of market. And so it's
Absolutely.
like I need different things to stimulate different groups of people because
Right. That's gonna pop.
I
Yeah.
can't expect the same group of people to fill our building every day that we're open. So it's like I do got to pull from other places and stuff like that, other interests and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And you know, without no risk is no reward. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's the aspect that really I applaud, is the aspect of you taking a risk. You know what I'm saying? You know where you stand, you know what you are, and it's just like, yo, my creativity is gonna speak for itself, and music has no boundaries.
Right.
We all are looking to come into a venue and be seen.
And have
You know what I'm
fun.
saying?
Yeah.
And have a good time and vibe out. Have fun, you know what I'm saying? And leave, you know what I'm saying, safely. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? And as long as you're doing that and making sure that everybody is enjoying themselves, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
all about the vibes and the vibes that you're creating in that space. So, yo, that's dope that you
thank
are
you,
taking
thank
that risk, and you are definitely being rewarded in that aspect for making sure that those vibes is created
Yeah, because
in
it's
that space.
and it is 100% a risk. Just to like let people know is like where I'm at in my life right now, or where I'm at in my where I was at in my career before I made the decision to run the Fuse Box.
Yeah.
I probably at the top point in my career as far as like the demand that I was in, the money that I was receiving. Like I was him. I'm him right now.
Right.
And I could have made a great living just DJing.
Right.
Just DJing, getting booked for gigs and throwing events here and there, like
Yes.
once or twice a month. But now it's like I take on the responsibility of running an establishment day in, day out, doing all the work. But yeah, we're going to reap the benefits of that as well.
Absolutely. No risks is no rewards, man. That's what it's all about, man. You got to burn the ships, as they like to say, man.
Yes, sir.
And just move forward, man, until you win. It's no other option.
That's a fact.
Word. So, yo, man, what is your goals for the future, man? Like, now that you in the, let's take a step back before we even get to the goals of the future.
Alright.
Know what I mean? Like, what's one of the costs to that, to being in that position, to being a boss,
Yeah.
to being a leader of your own space, and having the put people in place, you know what I'm saying? And people always thinking about it in a financial aspect, you know, but me owning my own place for so many years, I look at it way beyond just the money aspect.
Right.
The cost of being a boss goes way beyond money.
for sure.
So what is the true cost to being a boss?
So like, here's an example. My sister, love my sister. My sister's one of my favorite people on this planet. But my sister has gotten into it with patrons of the establishment because she's my sister and is looking out for her brother's business, but she is not in a position of authority to do so.
Right.
So she's like, you can't smoke in here. And she's running, my sister, aggressive. So she's running down. Yo, you can't be smoking in my brother's shit. Da, da, da.
Right,
like
right.
she's gonna run down on you.
Right.
But I have to pull her to the side because they don't know you to, one, they don't even know you to be my sister.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is your job is to be my sister.
Right.
You don't work here. You're not staff. You're not security. You're not
Yeah.
a bouncer. You're not a bartender.
Right.
Just be my sister.
Yeah.
And so, but me telling my sister that's a cost. Like I gotta have that conversation with my sister. Be like, yo, relax.
Right.
I know you have my best interest at heart, but that person's a patron of the establishment, and they don't know you to be a staff member.
Right.
You're just another girl at the function.
Right.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your night. I'll have the people that I hired do the thing I hired them to do.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the costs, is just having those conversations with your friends, with your family, and really separating the business from the familial. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't hire my sister because I can't
Yeah.
I can't fire my sister.
Right. Listen, man.
I can't fire my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like I will, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I will do what I need to do to protect the business because
Absolutely.
like that's
That's the bigger picture.
the bigger picture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally get that. And the funny story is, my sister was my first employee.
Mm.
And I have a saying that I tell anybody that I hire and bring onto my team is that I do the hiring, you do the firing. You know what I'm saying? And
Fire.
just because
I'm still in that.
you my sister, don't sit here and act like the people that's coming into my establishment are bothering you. Like you
You
sitting
work
there,
here.
you here to serve, you here to take care of the people that's coming. Don't have that mentality. So she fired herself. She grew from that experience, but it was the experience that had to happen. Know what I'm saying? Even though that was family, I love her to death. Same situation. Like I love my sister to life. Know what I'm saying? I should say. And but that experiences made us even better, made us even closer. And now, hindsight, years later, she like, yo, you did the right thing.
Yeah, I told my
Because I
sister,
was out of
yo.
pocket.
I was like, yo, you got the easiest job in the world. Just be
Right.
my sister.
Exactly.
That's it. You
Exactly.
good.
Yeah, man. Because being a boss, man, it comes with a lot of sleepless nights. I think that those are some of the real costs, you know what I mean? And even on one of your posts recently, I came across and you was talking about mopping and cleaning up after everybody leave. Like people don't
Yeah.
understand that aspect, and I always tell people like, yo, anything that I'm telling is somebody else on my team to do, I'm willing
I'll
to do
do, yeah, I'll get
myself.
down there and do it. For
Facts.
sure. So for like that was this past weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we had an event on Thursday. We had 30 plus on Friday, but then we had two events on Saturday the next
Yeah.
day. And so we usually have a cleaner that comes in on Saturdays to clean up before but I was like, we have an event earlier than when he usually cleans up.
Right.
And so I'd already started, and my man Brandon was helping. He had already started sweeping up.
Right.
And I was like, I bet it's up.
Yeah,
And
let's
then he
push
had
this
to he
out.
had to dip out, so I just stayed. I finished it up. I was
Right.
like, we not gonna leave it half cleaned.
Absolutely.
So let's get it all done. So I finished it all, and then it was ready for business tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And when you got a nightclub,
Yeah.
there's
That
cups
listen,
and
bro,
drinks all
that's the
over the
cost.
place, and you got to do it. We got to get the doors open tomorrow for the next client to come in and do their event and feel good about being in the space.
Right.
And so we don't have to open up later while they waiting for us to fix things or cleaning up around them while they're trying to set up.
Right.
Now we need to have it done
that's
and clean,
unprofessional,
and
right.
and then when their event's done, we need to do it over just for our regular business on Saturday to open and our clients to have a nice clean club to walk into.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are the costs that the layperson don't even get to ever see or recognize
Right.
that has to go into running a business, know what I mean? And those are just a few, know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's
Yeah, we ain't
dope
even
that-
talking about the insurance,
Right.
and the mortgage,
Yeah,
and the
taxes
the
and
taxes,
like,
and
yeah, man.
the
You know.
security, and the
Facts.
state liquor authority, cabaret license,
Yeah.
and code enforcement, and all that.
And an end, man. Yeah, those are the real costs to be the boss.
No,
know what I mean?
even like this is another story, quick story about
go
like
right
the
ahead.
cost to be the boss. The cost to be the boss is summertime in nightlife and bar establishments and any food service place, fruit flies. And so I come in and it's just like, how do you mitigate this problem? Because no
Right.
matter how much you clean, like
They coming.
like you supposed to saran wrap or cover like the liquor bottles or whatever and stuff like that, they'll find a way.
Right.
And so what I figured out was like I got these new pourers, and they have like screens on them, so
Yes.
fruit flies can't get into your liquor. Because I wasted, like I had to pour out, like somebody had a fruit fly in their drink. That whole bottle's gone now.
Right.
That whole $70, $60, whatever,
Yes.
and that would have made you $300. Yeah, all that's down the drain.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I make sure that never ever happens again? And so it's like I found these pores that flies can't get in. I found these covers, and so I changed out like for every bottle you see,
Yes.
we have new pores.
Yeah.
Every single, and it was just like a way to just,
Nah, that's dope.
and that's just one of the ways that I got to problem solve
course,
every
yeah.
every single week. I got to problem solve, figure something out. How do we upgrade? How do we better? How do we stop this from happening?
Right.
Stuff like that. It's always something.
Listen, and on another note, that speaks to your commitment to the people that you're serving, because I know a lot of establishments might have not throwing away that bottle, you know what I'm saying, just because they seen a fruit fly, you know what I'm saying? So that just shows to the level of excellence that you come to the table with and that you greet your consumers with, you know, that come through your doors. That's very, very important.
For me, my thing is, if it happens, it happens. Like, I don't get, like, I don't get flustered. I don't get, like, caught up on the issue.
Yeah.
I get caught up on how do we fix this and how do we make sure that this never happens again.
Absolutely.
That's really all it comes down to.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, man. That's high level right there. That's a high level boss right there, that leader that comes into that position with that type of mindset, man. So salute to that, man. So what are your plans for the future, man? What are your plans for the next 5-10 years? Where you see yourself?
The nickname of the Fuse Box in my head and in my heart is my first nightclub. So this is my first nightclub.
Yeah.
It's not my last.
Yes.
It won't be. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to make this as successful as humanly possible. But I'm going to have another one.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a bigger one. I'm going to have, like, and it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have an insatiable, like, desire to grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. It's going to be everything I imagine it to be.
Yeah.
And so this is me learning how to run a nightclub.
Yeah, this is boot camp.
Yeah, this is me learning, taking all my bumps, taking all my lessons, and learning as much as possible. But it's gonna be another one. It's gonna be a bigger one. I'm going to expand. I'm probably gonna franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like this is phase 1 of 100.
Yeah.
This is like the conversation I had with myself when I started DJing. I said I'm going to put my head down for 20 years and see what it looks like when I look up. I'm on year 17.
Okay.
And so with Fusebox, this is me at year 1 again.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up in 20 years and see where I'm at.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
dope.
what my plans are.
That's dope. What keeps you motivated to do all the things that you do?
I'm not doing it for me. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing it for my family and I'm doing it for my city. And so whenever I talk about my city, it's like, what don't we have? It's infrastructure. But infrastructure is, you know, institutions, it's people. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have a nightlife with one club. And so it's how do all of these bars, restaurants, nightclubs, and stuff work together to build a nightlife economy. To then you see, like, we're at when I'm at political fundraisers. Like, we are tax-paying community members. And when they see us at the political fundraisers and we're giving donations and stuff like that, we're influencing or supporting the change that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? And my job is to get all of us on that same page. It was like, I'm in this room. I've never been in these rooms before.
Right.
And so it's like, well, now I got to bring the next person along to be in these rooms to figure out why it's important to be at these things. And it's like, we help create infrastructure so we can build and have, like, all these things come together for the city to be better. Right. And so until the city's better, I'm always going to be motivated.
Right. Yeah, man. And then the state, and then the world.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because entrepreneurs run the world, man.
Yes, sir. You see the vibes, man. You see what we doing out here.
Straight like that, man. So yeah, man, that's dope, man. And we're gonna end it off on that note, man. Shout out to everybody that comes through the Fuse Box.
Word, pull up on me, man.
All the fusers. I'm coining that name. The fusers come through to the Fuse Box. Yeah. Look out on social media. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know where the address for those that don't know.
Fuse Box, 12 Central Avenue, Albany, New York. Fuse or lose.
Let's move on from there. Once again, peace to all the kings and queens. That's another Motivation Money Making Monday interview. Signed, sealed, and delivered to you. Peace.
You know the vibes.